As many chums who watch this show on a regular basis know, there's many things that get on my wick. You know, the sort of thing, well, this weather one, for starters, yes, absolutely. Fed up now to the back teeth of this rain and wind over here in the United Kingdom. I feel so sorry for anybody that's had storm damage, as I mentioned previously. So annoying though, you know what I'm saying? Now what's interesting is, you know, this sort of thing I mean, chums, is I saw this the other day and it was in Nando's restaurant, which is a big restaurant chain over here in the United Kingdom. And apparently we're only allowed one glass of traditional Coca-Cola, simply because apparently the government warning. I mean, Coca-Cola. Now, I don't know about you, I think I've mentioned this before. I like a good lump of ice cream in it, you know, stirred round. I don't care about the E numbers and the sugar. It's a treat. I'm not having it every day, but to be told, oh no, you can't have that. Terrible sort of thing, isn't it? It's a little bit like this. I wanted to share this with you because this is just the sort of thing behind the scenes that you've got no idea about, that they're slowly eradicating to make sure that you have got no idea truly what's going on. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good to see you. Thank you so much. Yes, my wick's up, you can tell, can't you? Very annoyed at that. The Coca-Cola thing, don't get me going, chums. I just sort of think we all know what's bad for us, right? This is what I love about our friendship group here. I love a vanilla slice. Many people who've known me for years know this. But the thing, we all know vanilla slices are not good, don't we? Oh yes, but the thing is, you're not eating them morning, noon and night. You know, it might be a once a week treat from a bakery. It might be for friends coming over and you're having a cup of tea. You want to relax, you know, you're not just guzzling them 24/7, but apparently we can't be trusted. That's the problem. And it's a little bit like one of our greatest traditions that I believe has ever been created on film, none other than the wonderful 007 himself, James Bond. I was lucky enough to meet Lucy Fleming on a number of occasions, of course, related to Ian Fleming, and of course the daughter of the wonderful actress Celia Johnson. Brief Encounter, yes, you see, wonderful film. Now, I can also count quite a few Bond villains, yes, and of course Bond stars, including the wonderful late Sir Roger Moore. Roger loved being James Bond, you know. He said that it was the role that he truly loved. And really, The Saint was the TV version, if you remember that, of his role. But he didn't get the role easily. And as Roger told me when he was halfway through Live and Let Die, his very first big movie, they couldn't decide whether to keep him or not. And they were trying to lure Sean Connery back into the role. That's Hollywood. That's show business for you. Of course, things like the James Bond movies have made millions, gazillions, billions around the world and introduced the beautiful Bond girls. Ever really since even the ones that I've been lucky enough to know, but Ursula Andress, what a beauty. Stepping out of the sea, I mean, nobody forgets that, do they, in that bikini? Halle Berry, Jane Seymour, our very own. I've always thought, though, that Joan Collins would have been a very good Bond girl, maybe as a Bond baddie, you know, to take on. Yeah, you see, let me know. What do you think? Interesting this, though, because now Amazon, who own the sort of franchise, the Bond brand in parts at least, have decided that we can't be trusted, you and I, because we might be triggered by even the slightest posters. So they've messed around now with the original artwork of James Bond, even, get this, chums, taking away the James Bond girls, you know, the beauties surrounding the likes of Roger Moore in Octopussy and stuff like that. You couldn't make this rubbish up, could you? And then if you look at the other posters, which you can now see on screen, they're saying, oh no, you know, we can't have you watching that. Of course, the movies, they've also got a trigger warning on them at the start. Now, let's just be honest, this is James Bond, right? Sadly, he kills people, baddies, he takes them on, Jaws, Odd Job, you know, the guy with the hat, do you remember that, in Goldfinger? And the glorious Bond themes, of which I've often said should always have been sung by none other than Dame Shirley Bassey. What a star she was, and still remains, I might point out. But when you think about it, this is what I said at the start of the video, the slow eradication of exactly what we are supposed to enjoy and love and all that. Oh no, you're not allowed that. No, you can't do that. But you can watch it once we've altered it. Now, what do you think to that? And as my good friend Roger Moore might have said, this could even leave you shaken, if not stirred. Neil Sean in the very heart of the United Kingdom.